Good day and welcome to the Power Up. I'm your host, Tami Hill Thomas. So glad to see you, family, as we grow together, get equipped, educated, empowered, and elevated to be the difference makers, the world changers that's needed now more than ever. Welcome to the show. Let's start with Inside the News. Today, we share that an estimated 20 million Americans have some form of thyroid disease. Up to 60% of those with thyroid disease are unaware of their condition. So, we elevate this during this Thyroid Awareness Month. Being a thyroid warrior, as you can see, I'm an advocate and passionate about making sure that individuals don't have to live through unsuspected illnesses. First, it always starts with getting your thyroid checked, getting that annual physical, having them do that blood work. Listen, that ounce of prevention really is better than a pound of cure. And what a lot of people don't understand is those hours you spend in the emergency room by staying well, living a healthy life, it can help your organs work together. Uh, your thyroid is an organ that, whether believe it or not, that little butterfly thing controls everything in your body. It helps all the systems run simultaneously. When my thyroid went out of whack, I experienced something called a thyroid storm. Only 1% of people that experience a thyroid storm survive. Yep, every time I see a different doctor and they see my chart and I go for follow ups and they ask about the thyroid storm and how I came out of it, they say people don't live through that. I'm here. I'm a witness that as long as you're educated and informed, even should you encounter something as horrible as losing an organ, there's still life on the other side. But every January, thyroid is exemplified. The awareness and education of thyroid health is elevated, specifically by the American Thyroid Association. American Thyroid Association elevates information. They make sure and tell you about making sure your hormones are checked and accurate, how to regulate your metabolism. Look at your energy levels. Your thyroid helps your fight, flight, or freeze, your immune system, and how that can help fight diseases. We're living in this COVID, flu, RSV, all the RSV systems, right? The cold that's in the air, everything that just breathing in could possibly have an impact on your body. And your thyroid health is too important to ignore. Go to www.thyroid.org. Understand how you can raise awareness, help share information about thyroid disease, thyroid cancer, the symptoms, and the treatments. And sadly, this is not something that's an adult disease. Children live with thyroid cancer. You can Google how many celebrities have had to live with it, but were victorious over it at the same time. Going to the American Thyroid Association will help share information on this, on how to get screenings and the importance of tests and understanding the indicators for thyroid disorders. Listen, you can have information, but it's what you do with it that makes the difference. And you're the one that can help elevate to make sure when you take mama for her appointment, for her physicals, that you ask, how's her thyroid health? Thyroids are important. When I was in intensive care for a week, it was because they couldn't stabilize my heart. Y'all, you know you need a pumping heart, right? All thrown out of whack from that one little organ. That you can do things on a daily basis to help stay healthy, right? Little things can help. But 20 million Americans living with some form of a disease is worth paying attention to. That means your neighbor, your coworker, someone you might go to church with, see in the grocery store, even your loved ones. Come on, let's get better together. Let's get educated. Let's become aware, especially women. Women are 5 to 8 times more likely than men to have to deal with a thyroid issue. Come on, ladies. When you get your girls checked, check your thyroid levels. There's so much that you can do to be a better you. And here at the Power Up, our focus is to help you have balanced diets and exercise regularly and manage stress and live the powerful life that you were created to live. Go to the American Thyroid Association and get educated and empowered today. Family, there's warriors all around us. You are the same warrior. Whether your battle was thyroid like mine or something totally different, I didn't know anything about it. I lived for years. And they said, oh, it's just a enlarged goiter. It's just a goiter. 7 out of 10 people walk around with a goiter, is what the doctor told me. Go to another doctor, is what my husband said. And that's what we did. And that's why I'm here today. Family, you have the power to be the most amazing, vibrant, healthy, living out loud you. Come on and get educated today. www.thyroid.org, the American Thyroid Association. Post it on your page, share the information. You figure out how you can be an advocate where you are. We hope this information was helpful. Our job is to make sure to share global information. Can you imagine thyroid health being so important worldwide? Stay aware, family, during these Thyroid Awareness Month. Family, we have an amazing guest. I'm so excited that our production team is bringing this young lady to the Power Up today. So stay tuned. There's more after this. Power Up, Tammy. Family, I'm your host, Tammy. There we go. Welcome back to the ride. We're so glad you're joining us today. Listen, our hearts remain heavy every year as we hear about a lot of the trauma and things that everyone faces. This world has a lot of issues. There's always someone dealing with some heaviness or dealing with the life circumstances. Burying a loved one is hard. Being sick in your body is hard. Dealing with job layoffs and even just inflation, trying to stretch your money to feed your family. We all deal with so much in this world. I'm excited today to bring someone who has a true heart for people. Welcome to the Power Up, if you will, Miss Cong Xu. Cong is joining us today from the great state of Maryland. Welcome, Kong. We're so glad you're here.
Hey, Tammy. I'm so glad to be here.
Kong, your impact in the world is so powerful, and we're glad to introduce you to our global audience. For those who don't know, while Kong holds a master's degree in educational psychology, she has skills that are so intense, and her heart is so big. She does everything on a daily basis just to help others to be better. Going from being an elementary school teacher all the way to corporate America, and then still pouring into executives and those at universities and those in different professions. Kong, I can go on and read your whole bio and resume, but we brought you here today because your heart at such a young age is so admirable. Tell our audience all about yourself.
Hey everyone, this is Tom calling from Maryland, and I really appreciate to have this chance to talk with Tammy. And before we started, I really want to acknowledge and appreciate that Tammy just mentioned about the thyroid issue. So, as a daughter who just take my daughter to take my mom to the doctor's office a couple of months ago, so I really mean this is very important things. I'm so happy to take her to do the annual check every year with the early intervention. It is so important to do that. Really want to acknowledge everyone, especially for Tammy for bringing this up.
Oh, thank you, Kong. Yeah, and see, so living witnesses are so very important. And well done with taking care of mama. That's awesome.
Thank you. So I came here for my master degree of educational psychology. So a brief introduction for me is as a good student mode. I don't know what I want to do, what I really like. But I so deeply love my grandma, and she told me you love kids. How about starting something with education? So, graduated from the educational psychology degree, I went to a elementary school teacher, and for doing there, I love the little ones. I just enjoying the time with them, but I still feel, hey, it does not look like this is something I will dream for the rest of my future. But what I'm gonna to do, I don't know. But I'm so good at it to ask for other people's suggestions. So I asked around who are living in the ideal life that I dreamed of. They're able to taking care of the families. They're able to make a pretty good financial living. And they sound like relaxed and really happy. So I asked all of them and I started to pursue my next step. And lots of people I told me go to the business world. Then it will you will find a stable job, you will enjoy life and have a very balanced life. Okay. So I went back to school again to take a University of Maryland to have another master degree of business accounting and finance. So after I graduated from there, I started to climb the corporate ladder, the national firm, the local firm, the industry, try the tax, audit, and the month-end, quarterly end, forecast, the budget, implementing new system, all of those. I'm living in my dreamed life that when I was as a teacher before. But I started to ask myself, is this what you want? I started to complain, to feel guilty when I'm not able to attend my daughter's event. Why cannot take her to the place that she want to go during the spring break because it's always be the tax season. So is this something I want? I'm living in my dreamed life that I thought I was, but why I still feel something missing? So what is that? I don't know. I started to chat with my friends, even some of the friends who have spiritual belief, to talk about the spiritual. And then one of my friends who introduced a life coach to me, which I never heard that before. What is life coach? I chat with her. She's a very successful lady working Wall Street and making lots of money. And she asked me a question and also share her own experience with me. Is in her position, she exceed everyone's expectation. But what is my expectation to myself? So that's really touched me. So after challenge a long time, I quit my corporate job and started my own coaching business. So I'm able to living in my true self and support all the people who are willing to living in their true self.
Wow. You are such a delight. Kong, I have to ask, how old are you?
I'm 39.
You are, I gotta tell you, you look like a baby.
Thank
And
you.
your impact and your voice reaches so many, right? Like I love that you've gone through every academic process that you thought was the best one for you, and yet still you were searching for more.
Yes.
What made you have that initial conversation to figure out that I want to pursue something deeper?
I think that's because of the pain point and also because of failing and struggling. There must be something more. But what are they? Who am I? What's my purpose in this world? Other than the paycheck for this one time living life, what I'm doing here to make me feel fulfilled with the people that I care and the people who are also struggling, what I can do to make other people's life easier based on my experience.
Hmm. Isn't that wonderful? Um, so I want to dig a little deeper if I can. I know
Of
that you are a certified coach with the International Coach Federation. Congratulations. Um, Coaching in itself can be a big industry. So a lot of people are lost in the sauce with what they want to be or focus on or do as identity, other than saying, I'm a coach. Your heart, though, has led you to mental fitness and life coaching. Share more about what that is.
Thank you for this question. This is really represent my journey. So after I quit my corporate job, started my own business, and the first coming question about who are the people that you really want to serve. So I do search around, and based on referrals, lots of people coming here, coach the people in different industries as professor, as the senior leaders in financial institution, and even stay-home mom or new graduate. So I realize the core things when people talks about it, even though they talks about all kinds of things, their work, their life, they does not feel fulfilling, their relationship with their boss or the employee. But all the basic things is coming to their emotion. It's
Mm,
about their value, who they are. Lots of time when the conflict coming is because what they value is different than what they see and what they want to pursue. There is a gap. So that lead me to, to think, how could we start to support people from the root? And what is the root for the people to start to have awareness? It always started from their daily, the thing that make them awake at night, the things what they are really care about it, and how to lift that from not just the things that we can see in front of us, something we are not able to see, but it exists like the air that we are breathing every day. How to have a better awareness for our emotion.
mm, That's huge, and especially in the corporate world where individuals don't want to even touch on awareness about emotion. You are very vocal about alignment and aligning values and aspirations. Tell us more about how we can experience that journey.
I think for everyone, they have their own values and they are living in a life they meant to live. So the values could be when you were born, you have your own essence.
Mhm.
But when we grew up, the society have different standards. Your parents, your peers, your teachers, your boss all have different expectation to you. And then it will put in different layers for us, trying to intend to rely on that to approve that we are valuable. We want to be accepted. We want to be the people that see in other people's eyes we are worthy and enough. But sometimes we forgot who we are. That's why some of our trainings, or even when I work with my clients, we will bring them back to the younger childhood the real authentic yourself. So I have two younger ones. One is 4 years old and one is 10 years old. So I can see it clearly. The younger one, she is still doing whatever she wants. She still have her belly breathing every day, trauma, everything. But my older one, after going to school, after we have different requirement to her, we can see she started to observing, testing what is the right reaction. So, as being an adult or a parent, parenting is so important also. And we are all facing a journey to finding and go back to our true self. It's there deeply in you, just that they may be covered because lots of situations we will face it in our survival mode.
You know, that's why I brought you here so I can get all of this and share all of this with everyone else. With the fire that you have on one side as an advocate for children, for women, for everyone being able to experience their best life, themselves being grown, to still also have the ability to bring calm and peace and focus, and to remind individuals of their worth and their voice is extremely important and admirable in the work that you do. So I have to ask, what's next for Kong? You've been through the field of finance, education. What is next?
I'm running my coaching business and I'm helping people one on one and also started helping people in a group. So I really want to bring my journey, what I realized, and all the things that I learned to partnership and experienced with all the people who are still in this journey and want to get to the place that they can also align with their body, their soul, to living in the life that they meant to live.
I love that. With the life they define.
Exactly, the life they defined.
Mm,
I was just listening to a webinar. It's very cute. The lady mentioned sometimes when we go to work, it's so vivid, just like me. We hang our soul at home. We use our whole body to go to work, and when we coming back home, we put our soul back, align with us together. That some of my friends said, "Oh, job is just a job. I have my hobby after work." But life is so valuable, and we are all deserve to do the thing that we like and also able to make money from that.
mm.
We would love to meet our basic survival need, but also mentally need. By the end of people's life,
Yes.
there is a quote says only two things are very important. One is a good relationship with the people you care about. Second is doing the things that you love to do and also meet your financial need.
I love that. Who wouldn't want to get paid for what they love to do? They say when you do what you love what you do. Who wouldn't? That's amazing advice. Thank you, Kong. I have to ask this question. Being the coach that you are on a global platform, right? Like all of your clients and as versatile as you are in different backgrounds, what do you find is the best part for you about being a mental fitness coach, a life coach, the business coach, whatever type of coach you are to that person you're sitting with? What do you find is the best part about coaching?
Thank you, Tammy, for asking this question, even with some adjective before the coaching with the coach. I have a long time have a hard time to quote myself put in different category: mental fitness coach, life coach, executive coach, business coach. It's all just the title. With all the title, what's in my life I mean to live. I'm just a vessel to deliver the information between the universe and the people who can hear my voice, who would like to know more. There
Mhm.
is not a title or a name or whatever I need to be. I'm just here to serve all the people who really want to living in the life. They feel fulfilled, they mean to live, they align with themselves when they at the right spot. And how to do that? That is a self-discovery journey. Just like me, I'm seeking external validation, external advice. What are the dreamed life other people are living? Okay, I achieved it there, but I realize that's not what I really want. Without trying to find it from internally, we will not able to find the place. One of my clients said that she's a very successful women leader in a corporate and said, I even don't know where I want to go, but I started to climb the mountain. I just go, 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 go. But when I at the top of the mountain, I realize this is not the mountain that I want to climb. So I really want to invite everyone to find it out first before we started this journey, or just started to experience it in a very little moment, because it will be a long journey, but it also can be just at this moment. Be present. It could be just one bite of your favorite food, or just chewing the texture of the food that you don't enjoy that much. You will discover something new to enjoy the moment about your true self.
I love it. I love it. I love that helping people to discover their best selves is the focus, is the mission. And it's hard work, right? I'm pausing my life to sit and listen to your problems and help you try to figure out how you want to get to where you're going to get, right? That can be a type of coaching session. However, there are also those coaching sessions where people shift and there are moments of elevation in themselves to say, I don't have to do that. I do have choices. I can say no. I'm going to learn how to delegate more, right? Those moments where people have that aha space, that internal shift, are so powerful. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Kong, before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity. We oftentimes have individuals who watch this show that may are seeking hope, like I started to say a little while ago, that life is just so difficult. At this time, there's wildfires burning in places, and another place, there's snowstorms and people freezing. And then there's other places where they're dealing with floods. And then there's others where there's famine. Everyone somewhere has to deal with the circumstances of life. If you could, in the last 60 seconds, share some hope or some thoughts for those who might be watching.
I would like to see everyone deserve to live in their true self, and our life could be really wonderful and beautiful. Sometimes we were trapped in our limited beliefs. And think about the success. The success is just only one definition. Actually, success can have lots of definition as long it aligns with yourself. People always, if we ask them, they would love to chasing financial freedom. For sure, in this world. But financial freedom, it means different to each of us. Find your definition, and it doesn't have to be big. It could be just the lowest hanging fruit. It could be just 30 seconds to sit there for doing nothing. It can be as small as you just smile to your kids, enjoying the moment for yourself, and always have hope and always believe you are the best version of yourself, just as there is no identity identical two lives in this world. Wish
I,
everyone.
I absolutely love you. Thank you, Kong. Thank you, hon.
Thank you,
Just
Tammy.
your presence has is so amazing. Family, oh, Kong, how can folks reach you? I'm sorry, I can't let you go without folks wanting to reach out to you for coaching or insight or just to follow you. Social media platforms and email if you'd like to share it. How can folks contact Kong Shu?
Please feel free to connect me with my LinkedIn, and also happy to share the email with you all. Yeah. Uh-huh.
LinkedIn is what's your LinkedIn, Kong?
My LinkedIn is my go with my name, CONGXU. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And you have a website.
Yeah, I do have a website. It's cxucoaching.com. Happy to share. Yeah. Dot com.
cxucoaching.com.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. cxucoaching.com. You can find her on LinkedIn as Cong Xu. You see the spelling on the screen. And we can share an email address if you'd like that way. But as you see, we bring world changers here and appreciate all that you do. Cong, will you come back and meet with us another time?
Of course, love to.
Awesome. I'm so glad that we're connected and thank you for powering up with us today. Family, this was good to me. Stay tuned. There's more after this.
Marshall Weeks here with you on Financial Friday. Are you thinking ahead? We plan for the weekend. We plan birthday celebrations. We plan reunions and vacations. But are we planning for our retirement? There is no such thing as starting too early when it comes to retirement. If you caught my show Monday, Money Conversations with Mars, I discussed 6 must-dos for your pre-retirement checklist. Here's a quick recap. 1. Choose your retirement date. 2. Estimate retirement income and expenses. 3. Plan for long-term costs. 4. Manage and mitigate retirement risk. 5. Calculate how much money you need to accumulate. And 6. Adjust your portfolio. If we believe God is going to satisfy us with long life, then we are being wise and making the decisions and the sacrifices needed to retire with dignity in our later years. You've been empowered because you should prosper.
To the Power Up family. I'm your host, Tammy. We're going to keep right on going, still in this power mode with a motivation moment. Now more than ever, when changes happen, shifts happen in life, you've got to be the one to help push you forward. Sometimes the winter months can cause depression. They can cause people who get sheltered in to want to stay sheltered in, and that can have a mental toll on you. There are some folks who watch changes happen in life and in society, and because their person didn't make it, they get depressed and angry instead of understanding a lot of times it's a big picture. Or because what you hoped would happen did not come to fruition, you lose hope in thinking that this is the end. Today, we want to remind you that you have the power to shift everything in your life. If you're not happy with it, come on and make that thing better. What you have is power. You have the ability to get up and stand up. You have the ability to learn new information, whether that's walking around the grocery store, listening to an ebook, watching a YouTube video while you're washing dishes or on the treadmill, or whether it's good old school reading a book, highlighting and sticky. That's me. There's so much you can do to be an amazing you. And one thing we're not going to do is put on the table the option to quit. Sadly, so many suicides are increasing because people feel pressure and have no valve for release, or they feel lonely and don't feel like they can connect with someone who would understand. And I want to remind you, it's quite the opposite. When pressure happens, there's ways for you to positively embrace the pressure. There's ways for you to use that pressure to make some things happen. There are even instruments like pressure cookers that help make food happen at a tighter pace, or a microwave where the pressure of the inside of those waves makes your food cook faster. There are ways to harness the pressure that you're feeling, but if all you see it as is negative, then your pressure is going to have a negative manifestation. In other words, birds of a feather flock together. The law of attraction, that you're going to attract what you're dealing with and what you feel and what you exemplify. So if all you're showing is negativity, you're going to get surrounded and attracted to negative folks. However, the power that you have, come on, y'all, to shift your thinking, your actions, so that you're getting to a place where even if it's baby steps, you can be better this time next year. That's why you remove quitting as an option, because you have in your mind that tomorrow has to be better. If that's the hope you're hanging on to, then come on and figure out what you're going to do with right now, with this moment, with today. Whether you get up and decide, I'm going to walk, I can't stand here, I've got to get out of this place, the walls are closing in on me. Or maybe I need to plan a trip, I'm going somewhere, I need to see a whole new destination, smell different air. Do you know that the oceans smell different in other places? The air smells different in other parts of the world. Maybe you need a scenic change. For me, a palm tree snaps me out of it every time. That's why I'm trying to hit every beach around the planet. But my happy place in those hard moments when I'm not on the beach might be that picture of my favorite beach. Some place that mentally I can focus to accomplish, to see that I've got something pushing me on a daily basis. One of the reasons it's so very important to have a power source, something that's constantly feeding that positive energy, that hope, that faith, that goal, that you need. Whatever you can tap into to get you motivated, to get you where you're finally deciding that I'm going to move from this section, and this moment is just a moment. And in a minute, it's going to be a memory. So, what did you do in this space? I had to personally, being transparent, stop myself from watching social media videos because I would watch a few with the intent of just watching a few, and then 3 hours later went by and I'm still watching videos. And I didn't notice it until after a few times when, oh, I meant to do that. Oh, well, it's too late to do that now. 3 hours is a big chunk of time to lose in your life just to be sitting here looking at. So I made the decision. There are some things that I'm going to enjoy. There's some videos I like, but I'm going to steer it. Oh, so it's bettering me. As I start to refocus financially, those financial videos are going to be what I put my time into. And I'm going to put myself in a locked time frame or a locked task that I'm going to listen while I'm grocery shopping, or I'm going to watch them while I'm doing dishes. But I'm not just going to allow my regular day to go by because that's time we can't get back. What is this motivation moment here for? It's just to remind you that you're great. That if no one else tells you how awesome you are, honey, you are intentionally where you are on purpose, right where it's for you to be the difference. And sometimes, yeah, that's just standing up and saying good morning to somebody. Maybe it's you being the peacemaker. And while everybody else is popping off, you're the one with the words to say, let's reconsider this. Let's look at this a different way. Have we considered every option? Those how and what questions are amazing. What could we do differently here? Versus getting on the bandwagon with the angry folk and deciding we just all gonna throw all this all day, because that elevates blood pressure, that elevates migraines, anxiety, that causes panic attacks. Come, everybody's cussing, everybody's having issues. Nobody can have a pleasant word at a board meeting, even those that are civic association meetings, right? Like everybody's together for the purpose of good. What happens is when different personalities come together and everybody's opinion feels like it has to be more important than the other person's opinion, then our differences divide us instead of uniting us. Take this opportunity to assess your situation. Take this opportunity to assess yourself and see what you want to do to be the better you, what you want to do to move forward. What is it inside of you that you've always dreamed to do? You're watching everybody else around here live their best life. Why aren't you? Because anything is possible. You just have to start with identifying the goal and then making progress steps and then doing something every day to help that goal come to pass. See, if you want to go to the moon, there's other people going to the moon. You could do it, but you can't do it overnight. You're not going to call NASA now and say, put me on the next rocket, right? There's steps and a plan. You want to get on that beach, Tammy? I'm glad you said vacation. I got to get out of here. The boss is going and it's my family, and it's just, and now I've been sick, sick, sick. I can't shake this cold. It seems like since I had COVID, everything is, there's different things you can address to help improve you, including, like my husband said, go get another opinion from a different doctor. Maybe tap into other medical resources that you hadn't. Consider if you need to get a different new job. Oh, there's folks always hiring. You just do have to put the time into building a resume and doing the work. Maybe if you hate the job that much, as I said a minute ago, when you do what you love what you do. And you have every right as any other human being walking the planet to enjoy the great things inside of you coming out and the great things ahead of you that are already part of your journey you have yet to experience. Because there's a birthday and there's a transition day. Right now, honey, you are living that dash in the middle. What do you want to be the best part of you? And it's not an age restriction. Come on, be 80 and decide to go on a senior cruise. Whatever you want to do is possible. Just allow yourself permission to live out loud and on purpose. Family, we hope this motivation moment was everything to you because we need you to be everything to yourself first and then to those around you. So stay tuned as we go into our wrap up. There's more after this. Up. Welcome back, family. I'm your host, Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined me today. Great thank you to our production team, the amazing We Empower Network, and all those who behind the scenes make this show as amazing as possible. But listen, we're all information sharers. You are the one that has the ability to make a change, to make your energy and the best you rise up now more than ever. We started the show by sharing inside the news that there's an alarming estimated 2 million Americans who are living with some form of thyroid disease. And 60% of those people don't even know what condition it is because they haven't gone to get checked. It's important that you become aware of your thyroid levels and how they help to balance and regulate the rest of your body. Listen, you've had that migraine a little too long. You're going to a neurologist. Ask them, can they check your thyroid levels? You got gut pain. It doesn't matter what goes on. I always get this pain in my gut while you're talking to a gastrologist. And I know I didn't say that word right. The gastro doctor. Ask them to get your thyroid levels checked. And sisters, when you go get the girls checked, you need to also consider your annual physical and how everything else can work for you to be the best you. Because it's time to live. And what people don't know is a lot of time we live with nervousness and anxiety and just think that's it. That is an effect of an imbalanced, abnormal thyroid. If you live with heart palpitations or increased heart rate, that's uh, a symptom of an abnormal thyroid, a very high thyroid level. If you have increased sweating, unintentional weight loss, let me tell you, that's what happened with me. I was out here running and working out, and I'm thinking I'm doing it. Y'all, I got down to 160. I was like a skeleton. Thought I was somebody. Found out I was walking dead. Get your thyroid levels checked while you're working out, while you're trying to be healthy. There's so many things that it can affect. Weak nails was a symptom I never thought about. Why can't I keep nails on? I go to the nail shop, my whole nail bed would come off, or I can't keep regular nails. Like my skin was always dry and there were issues. Like we see them as just a thing, but it's a symptom. So while you're going to the dermatologist, while you're getting sexified and getting those nails done, get your thyroid levels checked, family. You deserve to be as healthy as possible. And I'm going to continue to talk about it and be an advocate as long as I live because it did catch me off guard. Make sure when you take the babies for their physicals, you ask the pediatrician to check it. And when you take our wonderful aging community for their doctor's appointments, make sure they get checked as well. We also thank our amazing guest for joining us today. Miss Cong Xu, founder and CEO of CX Consulting LLC. She is, when I tell you how she goes from powerhouse to just calm, is an amazing thing to witness. And it's so admirable that her heart work is for people. We bring the best of the best to you. You can find her on social media platforms and on LinkedIn. Reach out to her directly at Cong Xu. This is the spelling of her name. Also, you can go to her website, cxuconsulting.com. Make sure that you tap into her and learn more about what coaching is and how it can help your life. There are mentors, advisors, there's so many different people around you that are here to help pour into you. And a life coach can be there as well. Thank you, Kong, for joining us today. It was my honor to then share a motivation moment. I actually had an early morning coaching session where that motivation moment kind of pulled from. I was speaking to a C suite executive, someone who is a CEO of a very, very large company. And he's dealing with so much in life and so many people, and talk about somebody that constantly has folks pulling from him. Because if he doesn't meet payroll, that's millions of staff, not 10, right? So he's struggling with how to balance everything to keep the engine going. Well, as Kong mentioned, it starts with you. So to have the opportunity to share that motivation moment, to encourage you to keep going, to use the power harnessed inside of you. Let me put it like this. There's some very fast cars out here, right? I don't remember which car, but I think it's a Jaguar. Okay, so there's a car that goes from 0 to 200 in like 10 seconds. Like you put pedal to the metal and it just goes all the way up to 200 in a few seconds. Okay? But when the gentleman was telling me about his car, I said, "So do you drive through the streets every day, every minute at 200?" Of course not. No, I don't. I've very rarely even taken. I think I've taken it up to that twice, and I've had the car for 3 years. I share that to say the car has the power. It's harnessed. It's in there. It can be done, but only what's needed is what's used to help move it forward. Same with your life, family. You have power unimaginable inside. You have the ability to learn, get saturated with new stuff, learn languages. That's why people know 10 languages out here. You can learn new different things. You can change careers just like Kong did. Get a brand new degree if that's what you want, right? There's so many things you can do because it's all the magnificent abilities that's within you. So, yes, you could go to 1,000. Yep, you could go to 200. But what's needed right now might only literally be you deciding to shift and make a change. You making a mental decision. I'm going to take out a pen and a piece of paper right now and I'm going to write down 10 things I want to accomplish this year. And then I'm going to commit to trying to make those things happen. Maybe that's all you need in this moment. Maybe your money is so bad and I don't know how I'm going to make my bills and I just can't figure it out. Maybe speaking to a financial advisor is the answer in this moment to shift your money. There's ways to grow. See, if you keep doing it the way you're doing it, you're going to keep getting the same reaction that you're getting. But when you do something differently, you get a different new reaction. That's the law of physics, science. That's not Tammy. If I throw a ball, it's going to do something at some point because I gave it momentum to hit or go. It's going to do something. Get up and put your momentum in gear. You don't need to go to 200 like that car. Maybe you just need to go to 10. Maybe this is the day I get up and I decide I'm going to walk and have a real consultation, or I'm just going to get up and walk out the house today. Maybe this is the day I decide, you know what? Thank you for saying that. I'm going to find a career coach. Somebody's just focused on helping me get my resume together and interview prepped and learning all the stuff. I haven't interviewed. I've been on this job for 15 years and now I got to start a new one. I can't keep going like this. But there's information you need. The great thing is that there's information out there waiting for you. All you have to do is tap into whatever gear you need to be in and start today. We hope the motivation moment was helpful to you, family. We hope having Kong and her amazing presence and insight and heart was here to remind you this global show, we bringing folks from all around the globe, different perspectives, different lifestyles, because everybody doesn't look, talk, speak, act like Tammy. Here, we power up the world, and we're glad that you're joining us. We want to thank, as always, again, the amazing producers of the Power Up. You, our viewers, feel free to keep sending your questions, your emails. We want to connect you and invite guests that can help you in your journeys through life. We want to bring experts that can help expose you and educate you, maybe with new information. How many of you knew the American Thyroid Association was out there? Right? Some people, we don't know what we don't know. So make sure that you keep tuning into the Power Up so we can grow together and pour into you. As always, we thank our first responders, those who run into harm's way while the rest of us are fleeing harm's way. We thank those medical professionals because we're coming to cough on you while we're feeling miserable. And thank you for your compassion, angels of mercy that help us through those hard times so that we can get better, stronger to then step up and make a difference in our communities. To our teachers who pour into the babies, our caretakers who take care of our seniors, to all of you, wherever you are around the globe, coaches, book club leaders, podcasters, whatever you do to elevate your voice, we need you to do it in a great way. And here's the thing, Tammy, I already do so much stuff. I've done this. That's great. I love your accomplishments. But my question to you is going to be, okay, what's next? Just like I asked Kong. What's new? What do you have on the horizon? Because until you get to that other date, remember you're living the dash, you've got so much more to you. And I want to challenge you today to go to the graveyard empty. Come on, every talent, every dream, every idea. Let's pull it out, write it down, make it plain to you what you want to do. And no excuses, we're not living in them. No distractions, we're going to start setting boundaries to people and devices and other stuff. Whatever you need to start saying the powerful, wonderful word of no to protect your peace. Come on, somebody. I'm giving y'all good stuff here. We've got to grow together so that we can make this a better planet, not just for now, but generations to come. We're glad that you joined us. We thank you all, including our military and our veterans who trailblaze, who protect our rights, y'all, just so we can disagree. Thank you to the families of those military members because we know you're selflessly allowing them to go in other lands where you don't see them, just so you can keep home together. We appreciate you as well. To all of you around the globe, come on, let's go be great. We'll see you on the next Power Up. See you next time.